Hi everybody, welcome to another unboxing for KIWIdesign, designers and manufacturers of quality VR accessories for the Meta Quest and Rift series platforms. So, this one's a bit different to usual. It is a new product, but truth be told, the product itself was developed by a couple of users, myself included. So a while ago, KIWIdesign released a battery head strap. So it was a head strap that contained a 6.5 amp hour rechargeable battery. So that basically tripled your playtime on the Quest 2. And a short while after that, they released the audio head strap, which had very novel audio pods built into the strap, and they plugged into the speaker port on the VR headset and gave you a more immersive VR sound environment. So one of the KIWIdesign staff and myself, I think I was the second person, figured out that if you got a little crafty, you could actually blend the two into one headset. And now KIWIdesign have released that hybrid head strap as a standard product. And here we have one. So, let's have a look in the box, shall we? Right. What do we got here? I'm working this backwards because of where I've got to put the camera at the moment, so if things look a little awkward, it's because they are. So first off, cover sheet, and on the cover sheet you have pockets with the manuals, which if you're anything like me or most gamers, you're just going to basically ignore and just figure it out for yourself. Thankfully, there is zero learning curve on this, and I'll show you why. You have the cable clip, and I'm just going to put that aside, and the head strap itself. Actually, I'll put that down there. So these are the audio cables, which go to the audio pods, and of course there's the battery pack. Just pop that down there for now. The head cup and a microfiber cloth. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm going to switch over to using my unit because it's already on the headset, so I don't need to faff around with it. So apologies to KIWIdesign, but it's not like I'm going to overlook anything, I promise. In there for now, I'll fix that up later. Yes, and to use a cliche that's a bit overused, here's what I prepared earlier. So as you can see, the battery pack is fully powered. The cable comes down the side through the cable management clip, which has a second spot if you use tethered link cable. So you can keep your cables here and just interchange them as needed, and they're not going to flop around as you move around. So battery pack plugs in there. The unit is absorbing a bit of charge. I had a bit of a play with it earlier, so the battery pack is kindly topping up the internal battery. And the audio strap plugs into the headphone socket there. Now, first off, I'm going to start going into the battery pack because I have not yet done a video on that. When I got the battery pack originally, it was pre-retail release, so I had to keep stum about it. Okay, so the battery pack has two cells in it. They sit just inside here. They're about 3.2 milliamp hours each, so you get about 6.4, which is just a little bit under double what the Quest 2 platform has internally. So when you add the two together, you get almost triple the power, which means almost triple the playtime. Now, when you're stuck in a multiplayer dungeon crawler with your mates, or you're having a go at a 400 piece puzzling places 3D puzzle, you don't really want to be dropping out after an hour or so when you've 5 pieces left to go and boom, your headset goes flat. That's not cool. That becomes a lifesaver. Basically charge it up, plug it in, leave it alone. You can charge it with a USB-C cable. Now you can leave it plugged into the headset when you charge it and it will charge through to the headset. However, this is not recommended. There is a process called parasitic draw, and it's particular to rechargeable batteries, especially lithium ions. When you are charging and discharging the batteries at the same time, basically forms a pass-through. You get a heat build-up, and lithium ion cells do not like heat. As any Samsung Note 7 owner knows, they will go boom. And you really do not want a small grenade on the back of your head. Not that you would be charging it while you're wearing it, but still. So, when the battery pack goes flat, unplug it from the Quest, charge the Quest to full power, then switch the cable to here, plug it in, leave it overnight. By morning, it will be fully charged and ready to go once again. If you are charging it with the intent of, as soon as it's charged, I'm going to get back into gaming, it's going to take a couple of hours to charge, but that's pretty standard for a battery of that size. The whole unit just clips on in to replace the OEM strap, which you pull off, throw in the garbage, or set fire to, or sacrifice to the gods of whatever gaming deities you ascribe to. Pull that OEM strap off and turf it. It is a waste of time even pretending that it is a useful, effective, and comfortable strap. It's rubbish. Okay. Right. Audio. Plugging it into the head strap gives you your full audio. Now, you see the hinges are a bit weird. That is because when you hinge this back to remove the head strap, you can see the audio pods are swung away from your head. And when you put the headset on and slide this over your skull to cup the back of your head, the earpods move in. Now, they do press against your ear. However, the hinges themselves are spring-loaded, so you're not going to get an irresistible force. If it's pushing too hard against your head, the hinge is going to give way. However, it's very, very, very soft padding, and there's lots of it. So it will push up right up against your head, muffling external sounds, though it is not active noise cancelling. It will isolate you quite well, and it's extremely comfortable. You do not feel like your head is being squeezed in a vice. Response range. It's very good at the higher ranges. It's excellent in the middle ranges where most incidental noises, background music, character conversations, where all that's happening, that is a solid frequency gap that it handles really well. It's not amazing at the lower ranges. Earthquake rumbles and stuff like that, not the greatest. But considering how close it is to your head, the lower volume and the slight trimming of that lower range, it's not overly noticeable, and it's not going to ruin your game experience in any way, shape, or form. It's still an enhancement. Now, the only thing in the box, or should say, the only thing that should be in the box and isn't, in my humble opinion, is a USB-C cable. I have passed that feedback on to the KIWIdesign team, and they are looking at the economic viability of it as we speak. I should say that at the time I'm recording this unit is not on retail sale, so by the time it does go to retail, that little bit of information might be out of date. If that is the case, I will update the comments below. Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, there isn't a huge amount to say. The battery pack works really well, gives you lots of extra playtime. The audio is very good. I must admit I have a hearing impairment, so I'm perhaps not the best judge of audio quality, but these do, well, I like playing better with these than I do without them. Okay, take that how you will. Other than that, this is an upgrade that every Quest 2 owner should consider. It's going to enhance your gaming in ways that will be personal to you, but overall, you know, more power, better sound, more immersion, more an immersive environment. What's not to love? I cannot think of anything else to say. Oh, yes, sorry, balance point. Yes. Quest 2 is actually quite heavy, and with a standard strap, when I'm wearing it, my muscles at the back of my neck are having to pull to keep my head up level. However, the battery pack provides some counterbalance and moves the center of mass further back, more in line with my neck, which is great, but it doesn't move it quite enough for my liking. So I have a small set of weights that sit there and attach to that strap with a Velcro loop, and they just provide a better balance for me. That may work for you, that might not be your thing, you'll figure it out, but having this bit of extra mass at the back of your head is going to provide more comfort. I would actually like to see, this is going to sound weird, but I'd actually really like to see this made a little bit heavier. Just a couple of small steel weights underneath the power cells would go a long way to moving that center of mass into a more comfortable location, which would be about here. Okay, because that's about where your neck should be, straight down below that point. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Done. Happy, happy, joy, joy. So you have a great time, guys. Remember, find your adventure. Make sure you live life to the best, because you only get one of them. And, well, I'm hoping that I get permission to publish this before Christmas, in which case I hope the festive season treats you well. And if I end up publishing this after Christmas, well, I hope you had a great Christmas and you're enjoying the holidays ahead. Cheers!